Welcome back to America Trends. Well, you know we like to keep you healthy around here, and we've got a great product to tell you about tonight. Everybody's heard of Gatorade, and this is sort of a sister product. An interesting backstory on Gatorade. It was made for a certain reason, which we'll go into in a moment. And this was made by the same doctor who had a very specific reason. He was trying to heal himself from some bad cholesterol levels. And we're so glad tonight to be joined by the CEO of Leone Asset Management. His name is Jim Price, and he's the guy now behind Cholesterade and Gatorade. And thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So this is sort of a miracle, not a miracle drug, but a miracle natural product, right?
It really is. Dr. Cade, excuse me, as everybody knows, Dr. Cade invented Gatorade for the football team at University of Florida. Everybody knows that story. The year that he created that product, the Florida Gators went on to win the Orange Bowl. Steve Spurrier won the Heisman Trophy.
So great. And what year was that? I think people forget and have to be reminded how cool this was.
I can't tell you that. I don't remember the exact year, but it was...
But we'll say back in the day.
Back in the day. That was great. Yeah, it was a while ago. But then, long story short, PepsiCo ended up buying Quaker Oats that owned Gatorade at the time for almost $14 billion. So, huge success story. Dr. Cade invented Cholesterade. He had high cholesterol levels. He was on statin drugs. The statin drugs, the side effects were unbearable for him, which is the case for about 50% of the people that take statin drugs. So he wanted to create or invent something that was natural. He came out with Cholesterade. The product worked fantastic for himself, and then from that point, he did a case study. And in that case study, the participants, on average, their LDL or bad cholesterol was down over 21%. Oh, the HDL, good cholesterol, was up about 13%. Triglycerides were down 50%, and this was all in an 8-week period.
That's outstanding. Yeah. What's so neat, because I know for his history, he was in the Navy, he served his country. He later married a nurse, later had those cholesterol problems, and you know, talk about making lemonade out of lemons.
Sure.
Literally. He healed himself, and with that, he's given this gift to everybody else.
It is, and we're so fortunate. I've known about the product for about 10 years. It actually took me 8 years to get control of it. We've had it for 2, and now that I have control of it, I have a great team at Leone Asset Management, and so we've been able to roll the product out nationally. We're in all the Rite Aid stores around the country, and another 1,000 independent pharmacies, some small grocery store chains, and by the end of the year, we're hoping to be in 40, 50,000 locations.
Talking to Jim Price, CEO of Leone Asset Management, and you can go to, it's cholesterade.com, right? It's pretty simple. You can go there and probably find out, can they find out if they can order online or if it's at a store near them?
Store locator, they can order it right from our site. We'll ship anywhere in the country, no shipping. Amazon.com as well.
This was a labor of love for you too, because again, as you said, you spent 8 years making it your mission to go after this so you could acquire it. How did you find out about it, and why was it so important?
Well, about 10 years ago, another gentleman was the CEO of a company that had the rights to these products. It's not just Cholesterade, there's a couple other products that Dr. Cade created. He wanted to raise some capital, he wanted to go public, and I'm an investment banker by trade, and I said, I literally just about fell out of my chair when he told me what he had. This was maybe about 2 years after Coca-Cola paid about $5 billion for vitamin water. So I kind of saw the trend that this was something that was a great product.
Totally.
But from a business standpoint, it could be a very large acquisition. Yeah. So for 8 years, I was on a mission to get control of it and finally did. And now we're very fortunate to bring it to the world, but also to continue Dr. Cade's legacy.
Oh, we're so glad you found out so we could tell our viewers, and also you're a sponsor of our shows now, and we appreciate that. We love being in a partnership with this because the science, again, go over the numbers. Sure. I mean, they are incredible, and how he went about the process of determining that this is the right stuff. I'm sure there was a lot of trial and error.
Sure. Well, he is a scientist by trade, or was a scientist by trade. And so, so he spent a lot of time looking at different sources of fiber. Basically, fiber is the main active ingredient. He looked at different types of fibers, and he settled for the acacia, which is used here. And in the case of Cholesterade, we have 7 grams of fiber, soluble fiber per serving. And so, typically, being an American, we're pretty fast-paced. We don't eat as healthy as we should. We don't exercise as much as we should. And we need to have about 25 to 35 grams of fiber a day. And unless you're a true hardcore vegetarian, it's pretty much impossible to do it. You really need to build a supplement.
So, and this is all natural.
All
that
natural.
can't be said enough.
No, 100% all natural.
Outstanding. And how do you use it? Do we use it once a day, twice a day?
So fortunately, I don't have a cholesterol issue, but to ward off any kind of potential cardiovascular
Well, we
issues.
have to be preventative too.
Absolutely.
We have to be, or
Absolutely.
else we're going to be catching up and trying to fix a bunch of stuff later.
Absolutely. So I drink it once a day, sometimes twice a day. That will depend. Every morning I'll drink it, but then depending on my day, how fast-paced my day was, how I ate, if I was able to exercise or not, if it was not as good as I should have been, then I'll have a second one at night.
And the thing we keep hearing about is it tastes really good too.
It tastes fantastic.
Yeah. So, and there are a few flavors here that we have, but even if you say you don't have cholesterol issues, and thank goodness, you probably never will using this, but it does a whole lot of other stuff for your health too.
Of course.
What are those?
You know, you can Google fiber and just about name any other disease with it, and there's going to be research, there's case studies where the benefits of fiber on just about anything you can think of, they're there. In the studies that we're doing new clinical studies as we speak. Dr. Cade had his studies, we did another proof of concept study, and all the studies and the testimonials that come along with that, people, obviously their cholesterol goes down very fast. It lowers their blood sugar and normalizes blood pressure. They lose weight. It has just a tremendous amount of benefits.
That's a lot of benefits. I'll bet people use it and a lot of their numbers just get better.
Very quickly.
Oh, man. So the recent study from Harvard that you talk about has shown a direct link to diets high in soluble fiber and their ability to lower the LDL cholesterol. And they can be achieved from using supplements like Cholesterade. So the science is there, the results are there. Hearing about probiotics, all the rage, and it helps with that too.
Sure. Well, the acacia fiber actually is a probiotic.
Yeah.
And then we also have a proprietary enzyme blend to help with the digestive aspects of it. So this is a very important product, invented by, one of the greatest scientists that we've seen in our country. And again, we're just very fortunate to be able to bring it to the world. And we're on a mission right now to get it available in as many places as we possibly can, so all of us, Americans can live a longer life.
So reach out to you. How do people find you to say, I want to distribute this, I want to have this in my store?
Yeah, we're getting that a lot now because we just really started doing a lot of national branding, shows like yours, a lot of print, radio, and so we're getting a lot of calls. We just recently got a call from Bed Bath & Beyond to want to carry the product as well, so it's exciting.
Jim Price with Cholesterade and a bunch of other good stuff too. He's a heart-healthy company he's got here, Leone Asset Management. We're going to be chatting more a little bit coming up on America Trends.